I said, I'm 15 and a half, not knowing what it meant.
What would have happened to you if you'd been?
I would have been gassed.
Straight away?
Straight away. So those who were able to scramble out, most of us died in the train. And we scrambled out, but terror hit us, shouting, "Get out!" And we were absolutely without any thoughts. Dehumanization killed any thoughts in our heads. The terror, the fear.
And this is 5 days of no water, no food,
Exactly.
complete brutality, and then you're out with this noise and these dogs and the soldiers.
Yes. And a previous victim whispered in Hungarian, "Don't say you're younger than 15 years old."
Why?
And I nodded. I had no idea. So when the Nazi came and said in German, "Wie alt bist du?" I said, "I'm 15 and a half, not knowing what it meant.
What would have happened to you if you'd been?
I would have been gassed.
Straight away?
Straight away.
What happened to your mother on arrival?
She was in her 50 years. She was elderly, very fatigued, very distressed. She was sent with the mothers, with their many children, to be gassed.
B7608. That was my name and that was my number. I had the same number here and the same number on the trousers. After I got the number, I was sent to a barrack here, and we were 1,000 men in a barrack like this. 1,000 men, just think of it. The snoring, no mattresses. We slept on the wood, and we slept about 6 people on each bed.
He had no idea that he was sitting next to the woman whose life he saved. But it wasn't just her life he saved. Nicholas Winton helped 669 children escape the Holocaust in the late 1930s. His heroism went unnoticed for 50 years, until he was featured on an episode of That's Life on the BBC in 1988. The TV show had tracked down one of the children he saved, Vera, and they reunited the two. But Vera wasn't the only person in that audience who Nicholas saved.
And I'm another of the children that you saved.
Nicholas was stunned, but the surprises kept coming.
Can I ask, is there anyone in our audience tonight who owes their life to Nicholas Winton? If so, could you stand up, please?
Nicholas turned to see the grateful faces of the many children that he saved. Sir Nicholas Winton was knighted in 2003 and he died in 2015 at the age of 106. A true hero.
My most traumatic memory was when we were taken to the gas chamber and undressed, and we waited and waited for hours. We were freezing, our whole children's barrack. And then they told us to get dressed and go back to our barrack, and we never knew why. My name is Tova Friedman, and I am a Holocaust survivor. We arrived to Auschwitz, and that's where at the trains, when we get off, they immediately undressed us, and the people who weren't healthy were taken to the gas chambers. I tell this story because I want to remember. I am a witness. Take part in the We Remember campaign for International Holocaust Remembrance Day. Take a photo of yourself holding your sign. Post it to social media with the hashtag We Remember. Together, we can ensure that the past is never forgotten.
We arrived in Auschwitz. I saw the sign. I didn't know where I was. My father was separated, and I stood in front of Dr. Mengele, the angel of death. My mom was in the middle, and my sister Magda on one side, and I on the other side. And then he asked, "Is this your mother, or is this your sister?" I told him, "It's my mother." He pointed to the left, and I followed my mom, And then he grabbed me and looked me in the eyes. I never forget those eyes. And he said that I'm going to see my mother very soon. She's just going to take a shower. And promptly threw me on the other side, which meant life. When we arrived at the other side, I asked an inmate, when will I see my mother? And she pointed the chimney and fire was coming out of the chimney. And she said, your mother is burning there. You better talk about her in past tense. I could never ever forgive myself that I said, it's my mother. Dr. Mengele appeared in our barracks,
searching for talented inmates to entertain him.
and my friends volunteered me.
But my limbs are heavy, as in a nightmare when there's danger and you can't run away. Dance, he commands again. I can hear his voice over the music. He discusses with the other officer which ones of the 100 girls present will be killed next. If I miss a step, it could be me. I close my eyes. I hear my mother's words come back to me. Just remember, no one can take away from you what you've put in your own mind. And now I can hear Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet. The barracks floor become a stage at the Budapest Opera House. I dance for my fans in the audience. I dance within the glow of hot lights. I dance for my lover, Romeo, as he lifts me high above the stage. I dance for love. I dance for life. He must be impressed by my performance because he tosses me a loaf of bread.
I was liberated May 4th, 1945.
Okay, to tell the people that I lost my whole family, my uncles, aunts, cousins, my parents, my sisters, everyone was murdered by the Germans, okay, in the camp here. They were built by the German on the Polish ground. There was no such a thing like Polish concentration camp. There was everything Germans, okay? That's all what I can say to you.
Thank you. Can you tell us
Okay.
just so they know your name?
My name is Ed Mossberg, okay? And I just want to, God give you a blessing, okay? Good health and everything, because the most important blessing is from the God, okay? Whatever religions you have, whatever you believe, this is what you should get the blessings, okay? Thank you. And I just say everything the best and good health to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My number is 18572. That is what I was. I didn't call me. I was not my name. We were not humans. We were only a number. And we were taken also only for a number. This picture, what you see here, was my beautiful little sister, Berta. She was killed in the Holocaust, in Auschwitz.
In Auschwitz, you couldn't do anything. I mean, my mother couldn't do anything for me. There's nothing you could do. They had you so terrorized and watched morning, noon, and night that there was no, in my case, although I read about people who were able to do something, but nobody I know escaped and lived to tell us about it. So in my case, I was under constant surveillance of the Nazi. Almost, I would say, to the very end, when I was hidden with a corpse, there was still Nazi walking around. These are my memories of my childhood.
My Bubby is a Holocaust survivor. How old are you, Bubby?
I'm 93 years young.
And how old are you when you got these tattoos?
My tattoo was given to me in Auschwitz and I was 15 years old.